Hello. Bit of a strange podcast today because I've decided to film this in my car, and it's a dreadful day, but my feelings don't match the day, so that's good. So I want to talk to you about insecure thinking and how that evolves and how we can let it build up until it becomes overwhelm or huge anxious thinking, and it feels really heavy and uncomfortable, and we may even feel like we can't do our job anymore. Well, just stop and breathe and listen in the most peaceful way you can to this podcast, because it isn't in what I'm going to say to you that matters, it's in what you hear. So we are the creators of our own thinking, every piece of it, whether it's okay thinking, neutral thinking, loving thinking, angry thinking, I can't do my job thinking, whatever thinking it is, it comes from within us. Now that was the best news I ever understood, because if I thought that my anxiety came from that colleague, then I would have limited ability to be able to do something with that, because I can't change that colleague. And if I thought it came from data analysis or workload, then I might not be able to do anything about that either. But if I know that when my thinking flows through, so for example, lots of people's thinking flows quite easily on a Saturday if they're having a lovely time with a family or friends or a pet, taking a dog for a walk. When that thinking flows and it just flows through, we don't hold on to it and we don't build on it. We don't give it this enormous power of anxiety and overwhelm. So if we're okay on a Saturday and we're not okay on a Sunday night or a Monday, what's the variable in there? What's the difference? Because it's still us on a Saturday and it's still us on a Monday or a Sunday evening. And the difference is our thought. Because when we get one small thought that I don't like this, I can't do this, I haven't got enough time for this, how am I going to get all this done as well as, the other jobs around the house or go and get the food shopping? When that starts to build up, we get the feelings to match. So we get the build-up of the feelings. Now, feelings are there as our alarm system. They're very clever, and they tell us about the quality of our thinking. So if you get butterflies in your stomach, or that could be either, woohoo, you're going to have something exciting, or it could be, oh my goodness, why did I sign up for this? What am I doing this for? So we get our thoughts, and our thoughts come from inside us. They don't come from anywhere else. And then we get the feelings to match the thought that tell us this is how we are thinking in the moment. And then our behaviour follows. So we might try and push through that anxiety. Or we may want to run away and hide. Or we may go and ask a friend for some help. That's a really good idea. And know when I can feel my thinking building up, when I'm beginning to feel a little bit insecure about something. So, for example, if I'm about to do a conference and the technology goes wrong a little bit, I have all sorts of thinking around technology. I know I do. And so I'll look out of the window at the conference centre and I'll notice. I notice the trees or the traffic or the buildings, the different types of brick. And I kind of interrupt my negative thinking. And that pause, that break is really useful. Even if it's only 30 seconds. So if I create my own thinking, and I'm creating my own insecurity, then I must be able to do something about that. And in actual fact, just like when you cut yourself, when you cut your finger or whatever, the mind self-corrects. So even if you plough through something and you keep getting in your own way, eventually you'll find out just what to do and how to self-correct that. It will automatically happen. You know that from when you were a child, when you went through moody or sulky patches, and then eventually you might be playing with something and it just dissipates. But as adults, we tend to hold on to it and give it more meaning than it really has. And the other thing is, not everybody thinks the same all the time, and they certainly don't think the same as you or I. So we're all moving in and out of different types of thinking because it's energy and it fluctuates and it's transient. So it doesn't stay still, although we might give it power and kind of hold on to it in that place. We might bring in some memories from the past. And then our brain, which is meant to sort of protect us and keep us safe, says, hang on a minute, I think this person's feeling unsafe. Let's look for other ways that things might happen to us. And we build up this enormous story. But the good news is it's coming from inside us. Insecure thinking. It starts off as one tiny negative thought. And you're only ever one thought away from being okay. To me, that's good news.